My name is Brad Coppedge, and I'm a partner with the law firm Hall Booth Smith in Columbus, Georgia. Part of my practice involves the representation of small businesses. I do a lot of entity work. I set up new LLCs, S corporations, C corporations, and then continue to represent those businesses as they carry forward. Many people who have a small business, however, maybe did not use an attorney to set it up. It has become pretty easy to do it yourself, to do it online, to do it through one of these document sites you find on the internet. The convenience of that is it's a little less expensive and it's pretty quick to do. The downside of that is you haven't developed a relationship with an attorney who can give you advice in areas that they specialize in. A lot of people wonder, well, when do I need to go see a true corporate lawyer or a tax attorney? And that really just depends. There are lots of different issues that can come up. Having an attorney involved can help you make sure that you meet the requirements that you need to meet so that you don't end up in a place you don't want to be. A perfect example of that has to do with payroll taxes. I do some tax representation work as part of my corporate work, and all too frequently I have a client come in who, you're running a small business, money can be tight, and you're trying to decide who gets paid first this month, what bills do we take care of. And unfortunately, all too often what we see happen is the client, want to make sure they get that rent paid. Certainly they need to pay their suppliers. And all too often what happens is the last person they pay is the government, whether that's sales tax, whether it's employee withholding tax. A lot of times their logic is, well, I know I owe it, I'll make it up next month. Next month turns into, well, I'll make it up the next month. The next thing you know, you're 6 months or a year behind in payroll or sales taxes. That is hugely problematic because that is personal liability. It is not like individual income taxes, which can be discharged in bankruptcy. It is not like your landlord who may or may not sue you for it. If you owe the IRS or the state sales or payroll taxes, you have personal liability. Your corporation, your LLC, does not protect you in that regard. You hear a lot of people talk about, well, I want to form an entity because I want the liability protection. And you will generally get that in a corporation or LLC that's properly formed and properly run. What it will not protect you against is the personal exposure for payroll and sales taxes.